Right guys, welcome to another barneycast. I'm bringing you game 2 between our green Terran player Satiini in the top right of Shakuras Plateau, and in the top left we do have our orange Zerg sYz. These guys are playing in the Gigabyte Cup, which is a weekly tournament held for the European players. Both these players really good, Grandmasters players. I believe both of them are on teams, but not really well-known teams, I would say, because if you guys have followed like major tournaments, both these players don't really have any major wins or any really major placings. But if you look at their Wikipedia, which I just had a chance to browse over, they do both have a decent amount of weekly tournament wins, and by that I mean like Zotac Cup or Gigabyte placings, you know, the usual. And I think one thing that's interesting is that there's so many weekly tournaments held that a lot of people aren't watching, and I think that's really cool. You guys should just check them out if you can. It's actually kind of hard to check them out, I guess, because Satiini's going to go ahead and put his barracks in the front, probably going to go for fast command. But the reason I say it might be a little hard to check them out is just because on any given week or any given day there's so many good streams going on. I was just watching Destiny stream actually, and this is the build up to MLG Raleigh, and he was with Liquid Chef and Complexity's Cats, and they were talking about the Slayers build. I'm not sure if the new patch will be out in time to affect the MLG event. Well, the storm could probably affect the MLG event more than the patch would, but it's entirely possible that the new patch could affect the event. It just depends when the patch does go out. And if you guys haven't looked at the patch, you guys should. It's pretty interesting. Infestors are getting a slight damage decrease for their fungal growth. Infested Terran are still really high damage units. Let's see, Barracks build time is increased by a little bit. Ultralisk are slower to build, or no, increased build time. And ooh, it looks like some light pressure is going to be applied here. It's going to be a 1 rax pressure though. And if you notice, actually, sYz did send his drone over here to scout. Didn't see a rax. Sent it to this Zelnaga Tower. Didn't see a rax. So he's feeling like he should be okay. He's just going to have one little spine collar there in position. Not going to be too bad. But like I was saying, at any given time, there's just so many good streams going on. And both of those players were talking about the Slayers Hellion timing attack, which they wanted to discuss just because they found it really hard to beat, because players that could do it well, there's just so much damage was inflicted by the Blue Flame Hellions. As long with that timing attack, and even if it is a timing attack, it's not even an all-in timing attack. It's just so powerful. But we should be seeing a decent amount of that build actually, because Terran players. I know there's a couple Terran players going to MLG. I'm not exactly 100% sure on the names, but due to the MLG GSL kind of work together, the partnership, we will have the Korean players there, so you guys should definitely go ahead and check out MLG this weekend. Going to be some interesting games. And we do have the links coming in front for sYz. Satiini is going to have a bunker in position, going to block it off. Does see that factory though, I believe. Yeah, it does see the factory building. Knows what's going on. Main base a little unsaturated. Does have the 2 gases going. Natural gonna have about the same saturation. No orbital command yet, which is interesting, and a secondary bunker. Maybe he's wondering if his opponent's gonna go ahead and go for that Baneling's nest and go for the Baneling's bus, which could be pretty strong right here. It would just take a couple of Banelings to break down the supply depot, and Lings would flood in. But this might be overkill for Satiini. I wouldn't risk it if I was him, but he's gonna go ahead and keep that bunker there. We do have the orbital command on the way, as well as the Hellion. No tech labs or starport up yet. Ooh, actually another factory and with a tech lab. So this is probably going to be Blue Flame, I'm guessing. Marine and Hellion going out. Kind of brave Hellion, brave Marine. You guys are definitely top survivors. And we do have Spinecrawler building. Actually, where did the other Spinecrawler go? I wonder if it was canceled, which would be a pretty interesting decision by sYz, just to get those extra drones out. Lair is on the way. Pretty fast Lair, actually. Right now, income tab shows about even. We do have a nice harvester lead by our Zerg player sYz, but again, the mules are going to go ahead and compensate for that for the Terran player. And Blue Flame is on the way. We do have a starport. Ooh, it could be a Blue Flame drop. We do have Overlord's positioned pretty decently, but you're going to want Overlord's place at your opponent's base, just so that you could see that when those medevacs start moving out. You don't want to see it when the medevacs are like right on your base, you know. Scan does go down for Satiini. Not going to see much right there. Tech actually isn't anywhere for sYz. We do have one Evo chamber, but Satiini did see the timing of that lair. Might know that there's no opposition to him right now because there's no Roach Warren, no Baneling's Nest. We should be seeing an Infestation Pit or a Spire on the way really soon right now. Another Spinecrawler going up in front, Spire on the way right here. And we do have another Command Center going up for Satiini. Interesting. This is again looking like the Slayer's build, but not enough Marines actually. The Slayer's build that I was referring to, usually it has more Marines. You get a single medevac and you go ahead and use the cliff abuse to bypass any of the front door attacks. And it looks like these Hellions are just going to go ahead and try to bust up the middle. Really interesting decision. They could focus down this queen. Let's go ahead and get focused down. Ooh, second queen. Nice block. Second queen. You are a hero mama queen right there. We do have sight for our Zerg player, but the sight's going to be destroyed right here. Nice play by Satiini. Going to go ahead and deny a lot of these creep troopers. But ooh, two of these creep troopers are still existing right now, so he's going to get his sight continue to move up. No third base up for sYz, but he is stacking a lot of minerals right now and a lot of gas. Whoa. I think he's just saving up for mass muta right now. Baneling's Nest is here. We don't have any Banelings yet. And it looks like we do have Medevac Thor on the way. Two more racks added on, as well as an engineer bay. Ooh, and another attack occurred at the middle. A bunch of Lings probably did die, but not too much. And it looks like sYz needs to move this creep tumor again to save it. The middle creep tumors did get extinguished, but ooh, these two live ones again, staying alive as much as you can. We do have a Viking here. Ooh, see, this is smart by Satiini. Clearing out any overlords in position right here so he could send out his medevac at any time, because Zerg players are going to be hard pressed to re-delegate these overlords in these positions, because overlords move so slow. The players are going to forget, you know. There's a lot of things that could factor into that. And it looks like mutas are here though, and ooh, I wonder if, no, I don't think sYz was able to see it, but he is sending mutas anyway. Probably these are going to be scouting mutas. Ooh, actually a large flock of mutas. I just thought there was 3, but we do have a decent amount of mutas. Income tab shows 10 harvester lead by our Zerg player. Army size is about even, more gas for our Zerg player, but the army for Satiini could do really well right here. Just because those Marines are going to do a lot of damage against the mutas, but actually this is not a large amount of Marines. We do have a couple, ooh, actually a Thor. Thor's pretty good against mutas. Especially when they're not magic boxing, and looks like mutas are going to get a good scout in. See these double reactive Marines, a lot of Marines are going to be produced at a time right here. Another Thor on the way, siege tank on the way. Upgrades for our Terran player, Stim is on the way. Our Zerg player is getting +1 attack for both of his air and his ground. We do have +1 attack for our Terran player, ooh, for mech and Marine. Usually it's not often that you see players decide to go both mech and Marine, unless they're going Marine tank and medevac, and then they'll just go ahead and focus on those Marine upgrades because they're so crucial. But this seems like a more mixed bio mech army right here, because we do have pretty early Thors, we do have these tanks coming out, and it's like Satiini's just going ahead and gets orbital, risky. And I say that because Zerg players can just flood an opponent's open third and then just wreak havoc on it. So that's why a lot of players consider the third orbital is a planetary fortress orbital. Even if it's over here, it's going to be a planetary fortress. But I guess Satiini thinks he's in a good enough position to defend this right here. A lot of mutas walking in. Don't pump up mutas. Not the best decision. And magic box, very nice. Should actually take out these Marines. Not a lot of Marines right there. If sYz was paying attention, he know that there's not a lot of moves, but I feel like he's just going to do a lot of damage right now. Supply count right now is 50 in favor of sYz. Man, so many units being produced there. Plus 2 fly attack. Wow, big off that command center. Interesting. And we do have creep moving in. Wow, sYz is doing a lot of work right now. Very strong play by him. We do have combat shields on the way. We're going to get a lot more Marines, guys. Wow. Another command center is being built. And right now, I would say, ooh, nice drone harass right here. But I would say sYz is still workers killed, 11-11, pretty even. Income tab shows, yeah, pretty even on workers. Army count, yeah, pretty even. Pretty much all even right now, but the fruit count is heavily in favor of our Zerg player right now. 50 supply up. But again, that supply is just so frugal because it could swing in the battles. And this is a lot of reactors. Holy cow. That is 5 racks with reactors and an additional racks. So that's 11 Marines produced at a time. 3 factories and a starport. Very interesting build. But Satiini's not going to be ready.
Anyone can say their hair color is less damaging. But only one hair color has proven it. Natural instincts. It's the only hair color that's...
But I was playing Destiny stream in the background. Then a commercial came up. I muted it, but a commercial came up anyway. But I went ahead and turned it off. Sorry if you guys heard that. And it looks like Satiini's going to get mined out in his natural main, half mined out as well. But still producing those Marines. He does have a nice cushion of minerals right here. Needs to clear this creep though. There's a lot of creep around his base. And this flock of mutas is just so large right now. The only problem with this is if they clump up or if the Marines catch them out of position, they're just so vulnerable. And it looks like they could actually force this expo right here. sYz is getting his 4th. Again, I believe he's in the dominant position right now. Should we start working on that hives tech? Need to get those broodlords out. Does have infestors, no pathogen glands yet. Plus 2 melee. I don't know if he has a carapace upgrades. No, he does not. And it looks like 2-pronged attack right here. sYz is just going to go ahead and go through the main, the natural, and the expo right here. And it looks like these runes are going to do a lot of damage. This base did not fall right here. A lot of lings are here. A couple banelings did do damage, but not as much as needed. And this base is saved. Nice lift off by Satiini, and nice double pronged attack by sYz, but he wasn't able to get this because it did lift off. And we are seeing a planetary fortress. Like I said, guys, this is you don't want to be greedy with these bases. You know, Satiini needs as many bases as he can get. Honestly, look at our Zerg player already floating 1,600 minerals, 400 gas. And we do have more banelings and lings on the way. Banelings leading. Gonna need some tanks. Not enough tank right here. He's going with those wars and gonna do a lot of damage right here. And base does fall. Very nice. Second time that base has fallen. And Satiini doesn't really know what to do right now. Honestly though, if Satiini attacked right now, I think he might be able to overwhelm this army. That is a large flock of mutas. There's 35 mutas. But again, this math with a lot of Marines, as many Marines as our Terran player is producing, he can do a lot of damage. Plus 1 carapace is on the way for our Zerg player. And just going to go ahead and rebuild that base. I mean, what else can he do? sYz is controlling the map right now. He's 40 supply ahead, 50 supply ahead basically. I mean, he could be maxed out. He's getting a bunch more banelings. And I don't know what Satiini could do right now, guys. To be honest, sYz's been in control for a large portion of this game, and that's mainly because that Blue Flame Hellion attack did nothing at the main, and this flock of mutas is so powerful. They're gonna go ahead and go in again. Plus 2 flyer attack is done for them. Pretty much one-shotting these missile turrets. All the turrets go down. Have to stim these Marines into the base, and then probably stim again just to ward off them from attacking all these reactors. And if sYz can target these reactors, that'd be huge. No more Thors is possible. Didn't attack that armory. And, I mean, if he took out these reactors right here, that'd be huge. But so far, really good control by our Zerg player, sYz. APM shows about 150 average for both players. And it looks like he's going to go for more harassment right here. Oh, man. I mean, Satiini's just losing everything left and right. Workers killed 48 to 11. Holy cow. I mean, I said mules were really good, but Satiini does not have enough mules to overcome this disadvantage right now. I mean, look at what sYz isn't even bothering to replenish his food shred. Gonna get more banelings right here. He could probably just max out on banelings right now. He does have a lot of his bases covered. Gonna transfer those drones. Very smart. Should get his fifth and sixth. To be honest, just because why not get the bases if you can, right? It also gives you vision. It gives you more larva in case you need a remax. +3 attack for our Terran player. And right now, Satiini's just having to spread himself too thin right now. And it looks like sYz is just going to go ahead and go for another attack. Going to pick off the refinery. Might be able to just go ahead and pick off this base right here. It's a huge pick off right here. And one mining base left for our Terran player. He does have this base right here, just barely mining. I mean, income tab shows 21 harvesters to 80-ish. Oh, God. This is pretty bad for Satiini. And look at this. All these upgrades right here. Zerglings. He's just going to stick to the tier 1 with these. Look at this. Satiini knows he has to go for pretty much an all-in right now. There's a lot of banelings out here. A lot of lings. And this huge fucking muta is going to do a lot of damage. Gonna put Marines on the mutas. And look at these banelings going in, not knowing what to attack, but can crush everything. Very nice. Even mutas not even caring where they are. And look at this banelings just going to go ahead and following all these Marines. And actually, those mutas pumped up pretty well, so sYz is off a large amount of mutas. Look at this, sYz is going to go ahead and remax right now. 120 supply to 50 supply. Actually, Satiini has a lot of Marines in here, but 70 lings on the way, guys. Did you see that? We do have a command center rebuilding right here. I don't know. I don't know what he could do right now. Satiini does have a nice production capability, but doesn't have the minerals or the map control to do anything really substantial right now. And sYz is just going to go ahead and keep his control. 11 more mutas on the way. We do have melee attacks, speed, I mean, everything. Look at this. Even this base is oversaturated. He hasn't even gotten his 5th or 6th yet, but who cares, right? I mean, look at this. It's such a dominant position right now. Food count is 68 to 187. Satiini is just holding on as hard as he can right now. And, I mean, sYz is just so dominant right now. He doesn't even have a greater spire, but he does have his hive. No ultralisk yet. I mean, does he really even need to? No, probably not. And I mean, I think he's just going to go ahead and not do anything stupid right now, you know? I mean, there's no reason to be stupid. Try to overplay your advantage right now. You want to just max up, just crush your opponent, you know? Nothing too bad. And I think one of the biggest issues right now for Satiini is he's spread out so thin that he's just moving units left and right, and he didn't even do any harassment. sYz is just going to go ahead and harass the main base again. I mean, just this flock of units on the base, and Satiini just GG, good job. And look at that, game 2 to Satiini. All right, going on to the next game.